How do you debunk a supposed contradiction? When you're speaking with a unbeliever, or perhaps you're just searching on the web one day, you might find a supposed contradiction. How do you debunk these? The first best way to debunk a supposed contradiction is by reading the context of both passages. Sometimes the verses will be from the same passage, which, by the way, this should give a red flag if it's from the same passage, because the author's not going to contradict himself in the same passage. One supposed contradiction where we can use this method is in Jeremiah 23:16, where it says that not listen to the prophets. But this would obviously be a very big issue, for by that logic, we could not listen to Jeremiah himself. When we read the actual context of the passage, we realize that God is talking to the Israelites about the prophets who are leading people astray by worshipping Baal and just simply being defiled in the temples or the home of God. Just simply reading the passage, we quickly find the explanation. And about 60% of these supposed contradictions, this is how you're going to find your answer. Another possible answer to your supposed contradiction is by looking at the actual language, the original language of the text. For example, the Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek. One example is in the book of Isaiah, where it says that God created evil and good. Skeptics will use this to claim that God created evil. However, we must look at the original word used for evil, which is ra. This Hebrew word has many definitions, one of which being calamity. And when we look at the original context, once again using that idea of one, the context of the passage, we realize that it's talking about the people of Israel, that God can bring calamities onto the people of Israel. Not that he literally created the idea of evil. All else fails. Number one, number two just completely did not work. You're still completely confused. There is one more thing you can do, and that is looking at biblical commentary. Quite frankly, these commentaries can be extremely helpful sometimes. So if you don't have a biblical commentary on hand, I recommend getting one, or just simply using one online. There's plenty that you can find. If you go on the website BiblePub.com, you can find plenty of Bible commentaries, and you can also find that interliner where you can look at the original language for point 2. I forgot to mention that. So that's how I personally debunk these supposed contradictions. I really hope this was helpful, and I hope that when you're having conversations with these skeptics, or perhaps just you're confused yourself, I hope that this helps you find an explanation.